On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Oh.
I was not expecting that.
Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Santa Claus.
And I'm Mrs. Claus.
And we're coming down your chimney.
Ooh, baby, we're going to give you presents and we're going to stuff your stockings.
Ooh, with some knowledge about macabre things, okay? We're talking spooky. We're talking dead.
We're talking kooky.
Ooh.
And
what, girl? And what?
And decomposing.
Ooh, oh yeah. I've got some decomposing to talk about today.
Oh my gosh, I've got some oozy ooze to talk about.
Ooh.
Ooh, hi guys.
Hi. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. This is our final episode of the year.
Wow, that is pretty crazy to think about.
It is crazy to think about. So, goodbye. We'll see you next year.
The last of 2024.
2024, what a bore. That's what I say.
That's not what you say.
That is not what I say. We had a really exciting year. And you know what I was just thinking about? Because I saw a video on TikTok and it was, oh God, who was it? Oh, Keke Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
And she found out she was on the New York Times bestsellers list and she like freaked out.
Really?
And she was like crying. She was like, oh my God. And then I've seen, I feel like, other videos of stars just absolutely losing it. Like, this is the highlight of my career. This is the best thing that has ever happened to me. This is more important than anything. And I'm like, girl, we did that?
Girl, what? It feels like a fever dream.
A fever dream. Well, because I feel like we were in such a rush. We had so much shit going on at the time that like, yes, we were overwhelmed and excited, but like, I was like, oh my God, it's a big, big deal, I guess.
There's something about it that I don't think will ever settle in or feel real.
Yeah. Like, it feels like fake, but
yeah.
Annoying. Shut up. We get it.
We get it. We get it. You guys are stars.
We get it. I'm getting fully in the spirit this year, and this is my favorite thing. So we went and got our tree on Friday or Saturday, I want to say. I just love it so much because truly manifested this one.
You did? Oh my gosh, I saw the comment.
Yeah, someone commented, they were like, I remember last Christmas you said, mark my words, I will have a man to put this Christmas tree up with next year. And listen, we did it.
You did it.
We did it, Joe. And we lit that Christmas tree. We were hanging all the things. I'm so much more of a Christmas person than he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's going along with it all, which is so wonderful.
That's all you can ask
He
for.
came to a Christmas tree lighting.
Yes.
He helped me hang everything. He hung ornaments. I've been giving him tasks, and he's doing it with glee.
Great.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for. And you know what? It might be annoying if he was just as into Christmas. Like,
it'd be a fight over
it'd be a
ornaments.
competition.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no thank
it'd
you.
be like, let's hang this garland here. And I'd be saying, what? Are you insane?
What the hell?
What the hell? But yeah, I just love, there's nothing better than waking up to a Christmas tree every day.
There really isn't. And the smell of it, oh, it's just beautiful.
We hung our Christmas lights up this weekend too.
Mm-hmm.
But my house was like an A-frame, so it goes really high up in one part.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, you're like, you got to get up there to blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. And I like was looking at it. And I was
Everything seems so much higher when you're up on a ladder.
Well, and then I was like, oh, I can get up. He's like, I'll go do that part up there. And I was like, no, I'll do it. And he's like, so I just think that like I'm more coordinated than you
Yeah.
are. And I said, oh, okay.
Well, that's
It
true.
is true. So
Very true.
he did the high part of it, which was really nice. Because if I would have done it, I mean, I'd probably be coming to you live from the hospital again. So we don't need
God.
that.
Well, yeah, if you were lucky.
Oh my.
Maybe live from the grave.
Oh, live from the beyond. It's so on brand. What else happened this weekend? Oh, we went to the Christmas tree lighting, the town Christmas tree lighting, and that was a blast. Went with our friend Alyssa and her husband Chris. The mayor was there. They did the countdown.
Really? What does the mayor look like?
A man.
He's a man.
Yeah, he looks like a man. He was there. I was there. Oh, there was a big choir. I don't know, probably 200 people or something.
How
in that
beautiful.
choir, singing Christmas songs.
A choir will always get me. No matter religion, whatever.
Yeah.
A group of people just harmonizing together just brings chills.
Love. Oh, can we talk about last week? So we got done recording last week and we went to, Houston Geoffs. We love to go to
oh my God.
Joey Uptown whenever we're in Houston.
Love this place.
Love the food. Love the vibes. Always have a good time.
Would sit there and say, God, they gotta bring this to California. Like, why wouldn't they? This is crazy.
Well, cut to, you find out that your niece is going out to dinner with her boyfriend when she was in town recently, and there's one here in Newport.
So I was on the phone with my sister. She's like, yeah, Sophia's going to Joey. And I'm like, oh. I was like, Spencer and I love this place called Joey Uptown in Houston. Well, dumbasses, we didn't realize that it's literally, the restaurant is just called Joey. And then it's where it is. So there's Joey Uptown, because it's in Uptown Houston, I guess. Or we went to Joey in Newport. There's a Joey in downtown LA. Yeah. There's a Joey Woodland Hills.
We love Joey.
They're fucking everywhere. We love it so much. We went, we stuffed our faces.
Oh my, we stuffed our faces. No, hold on. We got to talk about that because we were ordering and then the server, she was like, how hungry are you? And I was like, hungry because we were ordering. Whenever we go to the one in Houston, because we thought that was the only one in the world, we order like a bunch of different entrees and stuff. And it's not like tapas style. Like they're like pretty decent sized entrees, but we order like a bunch of them and then we order a bunch of sides and stuff because we're like, oh, this is the only time. And so when we were here, we're like, well, we have to celebrate it being our first time at the one in Newport. And so we ate fucking everything.
And the server was so sweet. Loved her. But I think she might have thought that there was something wrong with me or...
You don't make it easy. First of all, I have to say, she was covered in water because she like... I don't even know what you did, like missed your mouth or something.
I did. I just sat there and was like trying to pour stuff in my mouth and...
It went all over her. So she was covered in water.
The server came over and was talking to me like a baby and...
She made you pinky promise her at one point.
She put her pinky out to pinky promise that I was okay not having a Diet Coke. And then... Throughout the dinner, she came over and would just clean up my area, like right in front of me. Clean up.
Well, and I'll also say it's not that kind of restaurant. It's not like one of those really nice restaurants where they come with like the little
It's thing. Like a Yard House or a...
No, it's better than Yard House.
I feel like
it's like if Yard House was good.
Yard House is good.
No, Yard House and Cheesecake Factory are the same level food-wise of like taste.
Yard House had the best French onion soup and they don't have it anymore. I love Yard House.
Oh.
Okay.
Feud.
So put some respect.
Trigger warning. Listen, I go to Yard House. We went to Yard House on tour a few times because they're open late. There's one in Palm Springs that I go to sometimes, which is another sad thing. We're selling the Palm Springs house, my family, and I'm so sad about it because so much of my identity has been Palm Springs over the years.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean that
it's not an end.
It's not an end. It's just a shift, and who knows? Remember there was a minute there like 2 years ago when you were looking at houses there to move?
Yeah. Well, that was like 2022. It's when I was living at Betty Bungalow, and then I was I was like, you know what? I'm fucking over everything. I'm alone. I'm going to move to Palm Springs and just like move out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been a huge mistake. Thank God I didn't. I wouldn't have met the champ. There's so many things that it just, and we would have lived too far from each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I didn't because I also, as much as I love Palm Springs, like I can go there for a month and be no problem. But then there's not enough there for me to live there. I feel like I found a happy medium moving here where it's like I'm so tucked away,
Mm-hmm.
but I can get everywhere to like all of these great places.
Right. Palm Springs, maybe, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
But that is sad because I know that house holds a lot of memories for you.
It does. End of an era, beginning of a new one. We had our last Thanksgiving there. Oh my God, the Thanksgiving thing. Okay.
Oh my God, yes.
With the urns. Okay,
Yes.
so a lot of my family has passed away. So my dad is technically my stepdad, but I always call him my dad, and that always creates confusion. But my birth dad passed away. My mom has passed away. Grandparents, everyone's passed away. And at my parents' house on their fireplace, there is like a whole lot of urns. Okay.
Mhm.
Some of the urns are in the garage because they can't be with the other urns because they don't get along.
Oh, yeah.
But my mom and Chris, my dad, his mom are in the same urn. Not the same one, but the same type of urn.
Got it. Okay.
One
Oh,
has-
that would be weird if they were in the
Yeah,
same.
no. They have there's like a marking on the bottom to differentiate the two.
Okay.
But anyway, my dad brought down my mom's ashes and some of my grandpa's ashes to the Palm Springs house so that we could just, sprinkle them like where she used to love to lay out in the backyard and stuff, just because it was such like a happy place.
Yeah.
And my grandpa, it was his house. So it was like his vacation home. And he spent so much time there. We all spent so much time there, whatever. And so we're doing like this ceremony. We take my grandpa's ashes out to the golf course behind our house.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a golfer. We do this little thing. We all say one thing that we want to like take from him to carry on. And then it was just like a little ceremony thing.
How cute.
And then we threw his ashes. And then we go into the backyard and we're going to do my mom's ashes. And then my dad's like, oh shit, he grabbed the wrong urn.
Oh, God.
And so he brought Ursula, his mom, and I was laughing, and I took Ursula's urn because she had never been to the Palm Springs house, and I was like walking it around the house, like, okay, this is the place. I was like, this is this room. This is where I stay. It's the backyard. Like,
now you get to be here, Ursula.
yeah, I was giving her the full tour.
What was your...
So my mom was up north. Like he accidentally grabbed the wrong urn.
Oh.
But I think he was down there again last week, and I think he brought her ashes, my mom's ashes down there. But it was just like a funny urn mix up, and it shows. We need more urn options. We need more unique urns out there.
We really do. Really do.
Yeah.
Because that can't happen.
No, that cannot happen. There's
Gosh.
too many. But yeah, that was my little story that I didn't talk about last week, but I was like, oh my God, it's so obituary. I feel like that if I listened to obituary, that's a story I'd write in.
Yes, so obituary. Okay, wait. Speaking of writing in.
Did someone write in a story?
Yes, but it was I went back into our emails, just like deep back in there to see like if I hadn't seen some stuff. This person wrote in like 2023, and I'm so sad that we missed it, but here we are now. I want to talk about it. They said, "Hey up, ducks. Strong Yorkshire accent required."
All right, babes.
It's
Is that right? Where's your
yeah. Hey up, ducks. I don't know.
Hey up, docs.
I don't know.
What's up, doc?
But it says, "I found you via Morbid and have already binged the first 50 episodes this week alone, listening at any given opportunity."
I hope you're still listening, babe. Now's your
I
time.
know. I know. Now's your time to shine, girl. There was a huge story in my home city last year, which caused some residents to lose their absolute shit over an extravagant memorial. I'm from Sheffield in South Yorkshire, North England. A well-known resident, Willie Collins, a bare-knuckle boxer nicknamed the King of Sheffield, passed away while on holiday in Spain. His family created a grave marker like no other. The 37-ton Carrera marble monument reported to have cost $200,000, $254,000 in US dollars, takes up a fair amount of space in Shire Green Cemetery. It includes lights and a solar-powered jukebox that can be connected to via Bluetooth for mourners to play music while they visit.
Love.
Putting the fun in funeral. It is monitored by 24-hour security, which the family can access and use to communicate with mourners and with Willie whenever they want. The monument caused uproar amongst some residents, calling it an eyesore and disrespectful. The family are in an apparent dispute with Sheffield City Council, who claim the memorial does not have the appropriate planning permission and is at risk of being torn down. To be fair, it's bigger than my house.
Oh my God.
I have included the link to the article so you can see the gravesite in all its glory. Not my cup of tea, but to each their own, I suppose. I'd be happy for my family to stick me in the wheelie bin. The pod just gets better and better. Keep it up like a raging death erection. Love, Miss Geoff. Remaining anonymous because they might stab a bitch. Okay.
I want to see this.
It's so extravagant. I love it. So this is Willie Collins. He was 6'2".
Hi, Willie.
So it's all Carrera marble and gold. That was his coffin.
So sick.
Gold. Here's part of it.
Whoa.
Look. It's huge.
Oh, There's love it.
A statue of him boxing. There's angels. There's 24-hour security. There's
How much did that cost?
Bluetooth.
I mean, millions.
Well, it said 200,000.
Oh.
But maybe that's just the Carrera thing. Yeah, 24-hour CCTV monitoring. That's insane. I love that. We'll post pictures of it.
Extravagant. I love it.
You know what? People need to just let people do what they want with the memorials. There's not anything offensive.
No, let's have a gaudy cemetery where everyone just is so out there.
I love that. There you have it.
There it is. And you know what I say? Let people enjoy it. If not, you're an asshole.
Oh, there you have it.
There you have it. And it's time for some Am I the Assholes? And this first one says, am I the asshole for refusing to buy a black coat for a funeral when my dark gray one is the one I always wear for these occasions?
Okay.
My granddad passed away a few weeks ago, and his funeral is coming up within the next week. I had planned on wearing my standard funeral outfit, black pant, white shirt, etc. However, I had a phone call with my dad and he was asking what I was planning on wearing. So I told him and he said, are you planning on wearing that gray coat? And I said, yeah, I plan to. His reaction was, well, everyone's wearing black, so you're going to look stupid with that on. You need to go out and buy a black one. I told him I'm not going to go spend money on a coat so close to Christmas, and also I'm still a week away from being paid, so I'm not exactly flush with cash right now. In the end, I said, okay, I'll just be without a coat for the day. Again, he said he did not like that and that I should go buy one and that I can get a decent one for 40 to 50 pounds. Again, told him I can't afford that. He called me selfish, put the phone down on me, and I've not heard from him since.
God, I don't think dark gray is bad at all for a funeral.
Yeah.
But I also, okay, there's a couple different things. So one, I don't think a dark gray coat is bad for a funeral. It's dark gray. I think navy. I think, yes, of course you'd want all black, but if you can't, then whatever, just keep it dark.
I say if it's that important to the dad, then you buy him the jacket.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The dad should offer to maybe loan him money or...
Well, we have an update.
Okay.
He said, thanks for all the responses. I'm trying my best to reply to as many as I can. About 30 minutes after posting this, my dad randomly turned up at my house and broke down crying, saying he was sorry for the way he acted and I can wear whatever I want to.
Aww.
We had a brew together and a chat about everything, and he's just left. So it seems the issue resolved itself. So I'm glad he got that conclusion, but I wanted to weigh in on it anyways, because, I don't know, it is hard because you can't expect everyone to adhere to a dress code, but, we do it with weddings all the time.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if there's a dress code for a funeral, there's a dress code for a funeral.
Yeah, just buy a black coat. Doesn't have to be expensive. Go to the Goodwill.
Yeah, something.
Get something.
Charity shop.
But it is funny or interesting how sometimes fights are not about the thing at all.
It wasn't about the jacket. The dad's just going through it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this second one says, am I the asshole? My dad died and my mom is driving me insane. My dad passed 2 years ago, and my mom continues to talk about how her grief is worse than me and all my siblings. She has never asked or acknowledged our feelings regarding his death. In the beginning, she called me crying daily, and I had to stop answering because it felt one-sided, and I was deep in my own grief. I couldn't take on all her sadness, and it felt like she was just dumping all her feelings on me. Just to add to the complexity, they had a horrible, borderline verbally abusive marriage and seemingly hated each other, boggling all of us as to why they ever stayed together. I know relationships are complicated, and behind closed doors, they must have had some redeeming love, but her painting their love as this beautiful picture of perfection is also just wearing me down and making me totally unsympathetic to her. This is coming up again because for Christmas, she gifted me a massive photo of her and my dad, and I feel horrible, but I just kept thinking a more thoughtful gift would be a picture of me and my dad together. Maybe I'm expecting her to be someone she's not. I feel as if I'm parenting her, and I'm holding her hand through grief without any acknowledgement that I lost someone I loved also. I get it, she got me a gift. She calls me crying, and it sounds like I'm cold-hearted, but I'm just so insanely irritated.
I don't think they're the asshole. I think that's valid.
Well, and I think it's another perfect example of the more complicated the relationship with someone is, it brings up so much shit when somebody passes away that if you have a complicated relationship or like a volatile relationship with somebody, I think the grief is it's not more, it's just very complicated.
Yeah.
Like all over the place. That's why, they say like you want to be on good terms with people when they pass away because otherwise it can be very difficult grieving that loss because you're not only grieving the loss, but then you're also dealing with the guilt of like, I wish I would have said this or I wish we could have worked this out. And granted, that's not the case all the time, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you might sit in those stages of grief.
Yeah.
A little bit longer, like an anger stage.
Mm-hmm.
Or a denial stage, maybe longer than if you had just a not complicated relationship.
Yeah.
But what relationship isn't a little complicated, I guess?
I mean, the mom should absolutely acknowledge the children's grief. Obviously, yeah. I think
that's a whole other issue, the like parentification of a child,
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough.
It is tough. Grieving's hard. Well, and especially holidays. I feel like holidays probably bring up a lot of emotion and feelings too. Especially like, I know there's probably a lot of people listening right now who might be going through their first holidays after suffering a loss of sorts. And it's just shitty sometimes.
Yeah, girl. I saw my first dead body on Christmas Day.
Oh, shit. Damn. That's true. Oh, yeah, because your grandma passed away on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. I love her. Miss her.
I actually thought about her yesterday because I was driving to our doctor's office.
Oh, yeah. She lived.
Not our real doctor. Our plastic surgeon.
Our plastic surgeon.
You guys would have heard if I was going to the real doctor. I would have been talking about it for weeks. But yeah, because I drove back there. Oh.
Oh, well.
Anyway. I'm up first this week.
Oh, shit.
You got a side bitch for us?
I do, and it's fucked up, you guys. It's from 1938, the Merthyr Express.
Why'd you ask it as a question? I don't know, girl. You tell me.
Girl, I don't know how to say it. The Merthyr Express, Aberdare and East Glamorgan Herald. This is not real words. Tredegar and West Monmouth Times. This is not real.
It is
speaking.
real.
Okay, it says Santa Claus. Calling up the chimney for Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, 14-year-old Gwyneth Reed's dress caught fire. She received terrible burns and died later at Tredegar Cottage Hospital. She was the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. A. Reed, Hillside Avenue, Markham.
Jeez Louise.
That is fucked up. Whenever anybody's clothing catches on fire, that is so wild to me. That is so scary.
It is scary.
Remember that grandma who was like cooking and her sweater caught on fire and she was like alone?
God, yes.
That's terrible.
It is horrible.
I bought off of TikTok Shop. Okay, I'm nervous about this TikTok ban because where am I going to shop?
At ethical stores, hopefully.
You know what? I'm so balanced because most everything I buy is secondhand, but then I do hit up that TikTok shop sometimes.
I would be so scared to buy anything on there. I'd be scared they're stealing all my information.
I know. They probably, you know what? They probably are. Oh, you know what I got a call yesterday that was like, and they left a message and they were like, there is a $1,200 charge on your Amazon account.
That's not
for a
real.
MacBook. I know. I went to both Amazon. I went to Cisco's Amazon account and my Amazon account. Like, what the fuck?
You're like, I called them and I gave them my social security number. They couldn't find
They
it.
couldn't figure it out. So then I had to give them my password
Your
and
credit
then
card number.
my expiration date and the little CVV code, and they still couldn't find it. So I don't know. We've talked about this on here, right? When my mom got scammed. Not scammed, but they called her saying that my niece was in jail.
Yes.
Okay, which she wasn't. It was a big scam, and my sister was getting her hair done, and
Yes, freaked out.
and almost called the parents of the person that they said it was.
God.
It was wild. Anyway, okay, wait. So my whole point about bringing up TikTok Shop was I
Leave it to us to not get to the point ever.
I know. I bought a fire blanket. It's like fire retardant or whatever. And it's like a big blanket that, like, if you caught on fire right now and I had it, I would just throw it over you and it would extinguish it. I think it's really smart to have.
Can't you just use a blanket?
No, because the blanket could catch on fire.
I don't know, girl. I think you got duped.
Girl, I don't.
Okay.
I bet our gym wish they had it.
Oh, shit.
That's fucked up. Wait, so our trainer comes to my house now
Yeah.
to train?
Uh-huh.
Yesterday I was working out with him in the backyard and I look over and I just see Cisco's eyeballs through the window. Just spying.
He wanted to see you in action.
Ew.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin this week.
Alrighty.
We'll be
Right
back. I decided to do a switch off on that one.
Okay.
Switching it up. Okay, we'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Well, Madison, we've talked a ton about funeral home scandals from around the globe, and today's story is perhaps even more concerning as it calls into question the ethics and standards of facilities in which we entrust our health and safety.
Okay.
I've got a story for you today. On April 8th, 2023, so last year, this woman named Ginger Kongi receives a phone call from her daughter Jessie. And Jessie asks her mom to come and pick her up from the hospital.
Okay.
She had been admitted to Mercy San Juan Medical Center in Carmichael, California, 2 days earlier on April 6th of 2023 after having a diabetic episode. Jessie had been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 10, and she had always been, cognizant of her diabetes. She was super active as a kid. She loved traveling, though in the past few years, she had been struggling with some addiction problems.
Okay.
And her mom told media outlets that even when Jessie was struggling, that the two of them stayed in contact, hence Jessie feeling able to call her mom to pick her up from the hospital that day. And so Jessie was 31 at the time. We'll cut to April 11th, 3 days later. Jessie's mom hasn't heard anything from her, so she calls the hospital and she asks to be transferred to her daughter's room. But they're like, no one here is checked in under that name. And then after some more probing, the mom, Ginger, is told that her daughter checked out against medical advice. But still, she had not heard anything from her daughter. She's like, surely she would have called me. Where is she? Obviously, Jessie's family is concerned, and also given the fact that she struggled with addiction, like if you have an addict in your family or if you've been the addict in your family, situations like this one obviously set off alarm bells like, oh God, did she just check out and go start using? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And she just had this medical emergency. Even if your head's not going there, you're still like, is my daughter okay? Like, what's going on? But her family was determined to find her and find out if she was okay. So they went all around. They started posting missing persons posters, flyers, reaching out to friends and acquaintances of Jessie's, just trying to find out any clue as to where she could be because nobody had heard of her since she left the hospital. They even filed a missing persons report with the Sacramento Sheriff's Department. They contacted the coroner's office and nothing. Nobody had seen or heard from Jessie. It was as if she had just like disappeared in plain sight for an entire year.
Oh,
her
shit.
family is looking for Jessie until April 12th of this year when they received a phone call that no parent should have to pick up. It was the sheriff's office, and Jessie's mom, Ginger, was told that her daughter had passed away.
Oh.
The officer told the mom that she had passed away at Mercy Hospital the year before.
What?
So an entire year between her allegedly being discharged or leaving against medical advice and to when this phone call came in, an entire year had gone by.
Wow.
Before the family was notified. Even then, the officer was not able to tell the family where her body was. And I just can't fucking imagine being in that.
That's so traumatic.
Predicament.
Yeah.
So Jessie's mom and sister, who had spent like the past year canvassing, like trying to do everything and anything they can to figure out where she was, they went and contacted the coroner's office again, as well as, I guess they had to call several different departments at the hospital. And eventually on April 15th, they get a call from East Lawn Mortuary who told Ginger that Jessie's body was at one of Mercy San Juan's off-site storage facilities.
What?
Her body had literally just been taken from the hospital, put into one of their storage facilities,
and
off-site.
Nobody notified
notified the family.
Why?
Nobody said anything. They said that she left against medical advice. So not only did they lie.
For a year, the family had to constantly battle this, like, where is she?
Yeah.
Damn.
They're like holding on to hope that she's alive somewhere, but they're also not receiving any information like where she could be. Yeah, unbeknownst to them, she's been dead for an entire year, just locked away in some storage facility.
Embalmed? Like, do we know? Or
no. So,
what?
And I know she wasn't because her family.
That's so wrong.
Obviously, given the circumstances, they're like, we want to know what happened here because she went in for a diabetic episode. They had talked to her since she'd recovered from that at the hospital, or while she was recovering from that at the hospital, asking them to come pick her up. So they were like, okay, we want to know if there was some sort of medical malpractice, like perhaps they did something that caused her to pass away or like caused her death, and they don't want to take responsibility for it. Maybe that's why they kind of hid her away for a year.
Well, that's what comes to mind. Like, somebody fucked up somewhere.
So her family did request an autopsy to see if this was a case of medical malpractice, but due to the obvious decomposition, they were unable to perform one on her.
That hospital needs to pay the fuck up. Not that any amount of money will rectify the situation, but are you kidding me?
Well, yeah. I mean, regardless of the obvious fucks up, there's laws that this goes against. The death certificate that was handed over this year to the family was for a death that occurred in 2023. That's an entire year later, and it goes way beyond the 15-hour time window that the hospital has to hand over a death certificate, which is mandated by California law. They're obviously the assholes in this case, and they obviously fucked up big time. I'm just like, how does that happen? How do you fuck up that bad?
I think I mean, maybe you'll tell me what happened, but I feel like something bad fucking happened, that they were willing to take the legal shit of not handing over a death certificate and storing them away.
There's no answers here, and that's the most frustrating part. And that's all the family wants, is obviously answers as to what the fuck happened.
Like, what were her final moments?
Well, that's what her mom told media outlets. I read a quote from her, and this isn't verbatim, but it was something like, I just want to know what my daughter was saying or thinking in her final breath. And she'll never get that closure because obviously whoever's working at this fucking hospital has not a clue in the world. not an ounce of empathy.
Who was the doctor who was helping her? But they're saying that she just checked out.
Yeah, they were saying she checked out, but then they said, oh no, she died of I forget what they actually said her cause of death was, but they said she died in the hospital. That was like their next story. They were like, oh, she left against medical advice. And then once it was discovered, they were like, oh yeah, she actually passed away here. But it's like, how do you not try and relate to a family? Like, I get that that's your everyday. And like when you're working in the hospital, there's medical emergencies all the time. You're surrounded by death. That does not take away from the fact of like how severe this is and that this is a human life.
They said what her cause of death was?
Yeah. On the death certificate that they handed the family, it said like cardiopulmonary arrest.
Okay, so like a heart attack,
I guess, but it still doesn't answer the questions as to like what actually happened or why they wouldn't just tell the family.
That's so fucked up and scary.
Well, it's scary to think that you could just go missing at a hospital.
Yeah.
And it's 100% their fault.
And it's also really sad to me because she had struggles with addiction that...
Like, did they not take it as seriously because of that? Like, if they did find drugs in her system or something, were they not... I don't know. So now Jessie's family is understandably suing the hospital for $5 million in actual damages and $10 million in punitive damages. And I think they deserve every penny. I also think they should get more than that. Especially, they can't even have an open casket funeral for her because obviously her body was in such a poor state after sitting there for a year. They weren't able to do anything. But the hospital didn't really comment on the actual case that's being placed against them, but they sent out some fucking statement, some basic statement that was just like, oh, we offer our sincerest condolences to the family at this time. And it's like, fuck you.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And this is a recent story, so it's like ongoing.
Yeah, there's no excuse. Like, there's no excuse for a body to go missing at a hospital. There's also no excuse. Like, there's a lawsuit just on the basis of her being told on the phone that your daughter checked out against medical advice when really she was there and passed away at the hospital.
Yeah, that feels so fishy to me.
Something weird. And then you also wonder, like, you hear so much shit about harvesting organs and like hospitals, doing
she better have
shit.
all her organs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Fucked up and just scary because it's one thing like a funeral home mishandling bodies, which is so disrespectful and it's the most fucked up thing. But like, not only did they mishandle the body, they also mishandled her death and any medical professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
That's really sad and that's scary.
It's scary. A hospital is somewhere that you should feel like, I mean, you're there to receive help or medical treatment. It's definitely not somewhere you should go missing.
Yeah, no.
So crazy. So
scary.
You're in that area, I guess avoid that hospital.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. But yeah.
God.
That's what had me spinning in my coffin this week. And
thank you. I hope you keep us updated. I want to know about the lawsuit.
Yeah, I want to know how it all plays out, but I'm sure it's going to be a long one.
Yeah, I hope that there's like an investigation. It's so fishy to me.
Yeah, there's something very, very off about it all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hear what had you spinning in your coffin this week.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Well, Geoffs, I know that some of you will be listening to this before Christmas. And for the rest of you, you will be getting this, I think, a day after Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever you celebrate, I hope that you enjoy this little coffin spinner. I know that we've talked quite a bit about a few like different Christmas or holiday customs in the past on this show, but we have never covered the real Santa Claus. Spencer and I were actually talking the other day, and I had asked him if we've ever covered Saint Nick. And Spence, you were like, I feel like I have. And so we went through our catalog and cult leaders and found that you did do a really great episode on Krampus, who is Saint Nick's kind of evil counterpart.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested, I think it's a really good time to listen to it. And then you also did a fucking literal cult leader who thought he was Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Looked just like Santa Claus.
That was a wild story, yeah.
But we couldn't find anything on Saint Nick, thank God, because I was so pumped to talk about him.
Let's hear it.
Saint Nick, for those of you that don't know, was an actual real person who inspired the Santa Claus that we've come to know and love. But first, the whole reason that I even thought about doing a coffin spinner on him was because this past week, there have been articles all over the internet that a sarcophagus was found at a church that is most likely the original tomb of Santa Claus.
God.
I know, what a time to be alive and what a time to have a show about death and tombs and cemeteries and funerals and during the holidays.
Oh, come on.
The stars aligned.
Stars are aligned.
I'll get back to the tomb, but first I thought I would dive into St. Nick, and trust me, you won't be disappointed, and you will see why it fits so perfectly into obituary, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so St. Nicholas of Myra was a 4th century bishop in what is now Turkey. He had a wealthy mother and father who couldn't conceive for a long time. So when Nicholas's mother became pregnant with him, this was sort of like the first miracle surrounding him, which is very sweet and yes, truly a miracle. However, his mom was incredibly ill the whole time that she was pregnant with him. And as soon as he popped out, I guess she was like, he healed me. And she was fine.
Oh my God.
We have a lot of people who have been pregnant in our life, and I just feel like sometimes having a baby makes you fucking sick, and then you have them and then you're better. But that was, that was a miracle.
Yes.
There are also stories that when he was 1 week old, Spence, he stood up on his own.
He went down a chimney.
Well, we'll get to that. He stood up on his own by himself at 1 week old for 3 hours in honor of the Virgin Mary. He also, as a baby, would refuse to breastfeed on Wednesdays and Fridays. And he refused this as sort of a fasting because those were the holy days that people fasted.
Okay.
So he refused the nipple on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Wow, that's showing a lot of self-discipline.
He was a saint, okay? When he was a kid, his parents got some sort of plague and died, leaving him orphaned, but they were wealthy, so they left him with a pretty large inheritance. But instead of keeping his inheritance, he gave it all away, earning a reputation for anonymous acts of charity and gift giving. He was really known from a young age as being very generous.
Okay.
There are some really sweet stories about him. One that comes up a ton and that shows where kind of some traditions may come from was this story about this man that lived in his town. This man had 3 daughters. The man and the daughters were incredibly poor, and the man was very worried that he would have to sell his daughters, aka sex trafficking.
Oh my God, that's in the story?
Yeah, because he couldn't afford them.
Jesus Christ.
So allegedly, Nicholas would sneak over to their house at night and throw bags of gold coins into their house through the window. The father was like, what the fuck? Who is doing this? Like, in a pleasant way, right? Like, he was paying all his bills.
Yeah, if someone wants to come throw gold coins in my window, I'm not complaining.
There are stories that the dad waited up by the window where the gold would usually come from. But Nicholas knew this, so he instead started dropping the gold through the chimney. But there are other stories that he dropped it through the chimney and one of the daughter's stockings were hanging by the chimney fire. I guess she was like washing them and then drying them by the fire, and the gold went into the stockings.
This
so
is not
sound
real.
familiar? Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Because of this, he is a patron saint for victims of sex trafficking. He later became a bishop in his late teen/adult years. And there's another story actually on the day of his bishophood when he was like consecrated, and it has to do with a potential burning baby. The story goes that a mom was bathing her baby, and in the 4th century, a bath was like a big tub that sat over a fire to warm the water. Well, the mom had her baby in the tub over the fire bathing it and got so fucking excited when she heard church bells ring because it was like the day of St. Nicholas's consecration that she just got up and ran out of the house and went to church to watch Nicholas's consecration. She got home and was like, oh, fuck, because her house was filled with smoke.
She's like, God, I did it again.
Yeah, she was sure that her baby either drowned or was burned alive. But nope, he was sitting in the tub, smiling, even through all the smoke. All credit went to Nicholas for keeping the baby safe. And he's also known as the patron saint of children. Now, a few years after becoming a bishop, there was a big religious persecution of Christians by a Roman emperor, so Nicholas was thrown into jail. Years later, he was released and returned to his duties as a bishop. He did go to jail another time because he slapped another bishop across the face, which I love. I love a little altercation. He was also a well-known demon banisher. One of the most famous stories of him getting rid of demons was in the village of Placoma. The village people were like, hey, Nick, like we have a tree in this village and it's a cypress tree and it's full of demons. So it's gotta go. So he fucked the tree up with an axe and banished all the demons. But the most wild story that pertains to Saint Nick is the story of Le Père Foutard. Pierre was a butcher, and in some stories he's an innkeeper who robbed and killed 3 boys on their way to school one day. He, along with the helping hand of his wife, dismembered and chopped up these children and put them in a tub that was used for pickling meats.
God.
In some stories, he ate some pieces of them to see if he could get away with selling their meat. I guess at the time there was a famine and he wanted to pass it off as an animal. Here's a little poem that goes along with this story via mentalfloss.com. The poem goes, "They had not yet entered when the butcher killed them, cut them into little pieces, put them in the salting tub as pigs." Okay, so then Nicholas, I guess, shows up 7 years later and resurrects the boys.
As he should.
Then Pierre repents to Nicholas, and Nicholas allows him to sort of be his assistant and is forgiven. And Pierre is nicknamed Father Whipper for whipping naughty children.
Oh my God.
Okay, there are obviously a ton more stories of incredible miracles he supposedly performed and stories of his incredible generosity. He is a patron saint for so many people, including sailors, merchants, criminals, unmarried and married people, fishermen, pawnbrokers, and also the patron saint for a ton of cities. He's really, really important to so many people. Saint Nick's death was less dramatic than his life and also kind of less dramatic than other saints. Like you hear so many stories of saints, you know, being martyrs and
persecuted.
Yeah. He most likely died of natural causes in Myra, which is now Turkey. December 6th, 343 CE is his day of death, and now known as St. Nicholas Day. He was buried in a beautiful marble sarcophagus in the church that was built in his honor, which is the Church of St. Nicholas in Myra. Many people flocked to visit his tomb and noticed that it always smelled incredibly sweet. So I guess people started wondering, like, why does his tomb smell so sweet?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? So priests started to investigate and realized that his bones oozed a sweet white liquid. They just...
Did they try it?
Well...
How do you know?
The liquid was oily and just continued to ooze from his bones.
Is it like adipocere?
No, the ooze is known as manna or manna. And what they did with it was they bottled it up, mixed it with holy water, and sold the bone ooze to people to drink as a healing remedy.
Oh my God. When was this?
Well, this was back in the day, but the sale of this didn't stop until 1953.
So someone out there could have some.
Yes. Apparently, it was supposed to be this incredible healing. I read on listverse.com that Mozart, who died in 1791, drank this on his deathbed to try and get better, but it didn't work. And Mozart was sure that someone had given him a fake or poisoned it. He actually told his wife that someone gave him aqua tofana. And aqua tofana is basically liquid arsenic.
Oh, God.
Which killed a ton of people. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but aqua tofana, according to this incredible article on Atlas Obscura, it says aqua tofana and its creator, a Sicilian lady named maybe Teofania de Adamo, are discussed as fact in a variety of early 18th century sources. But as the original story has blended with elaborate macabre fiction, it has become difficult to determine what, if anything, is the actual truth. The poison itself was described as a solution of arsenic, either as a light and delicate powder or a clear and odorless liquid, both deadly and untraceable. Vials of this stealthy poison were sold to the ladies of Rome and Naples for the purposes of dispatching inconvenient husbands. Before she was hanged for her crimes, accused of helping kill some 600 people, she allegedly passed on the deadly secret to her daughter, who went on distributing the poison disguised in innocent-looking delicate glass jars decorated with images of Saint Nicholas of Bari. So his bone ooze, these people, some of it was real, right?
Yeah.
But these murderers made it a business of disguising arsenic in it. So who knows if someone has it, like that's scary.
Don't take it.
Don't take it. Anyway, back to his tomb. So in 1087, so this is like his first burial, because it's very confusing because there's a lot of articles about this country has his bones, this country has his bones. And so this kind of is why. So his first burial was in that tomb in Myra, right?
Okay.
Well, in 1087, his bones were stolen from his tomb. Italian sailors broke into his tomb and grabbed his bones and headed back to Italy with them. I guess around this time, Myra's prominence as like a Christian epicenter was waning, and these sailors were nervous that St. Nick's relics may be desecrated, but also having this popular saint's remains brought a ton of economic gains to Italy. But today, the Church of St. Nicholas in Myra has been rebuilt and restored and is a popular tourist site. But anyway, St. Nick's oozing bones were stolen and temporarily housed in Venice, Italy, while a basilica was built for him and a marble tomb made for his remains to be placed there in Bari, Italy. His skeleton is incomplete, however. So I guess the story goes that the sailors were in such a hurry to steal his bones that they didn't take all of them. And then there's also bones that were left in Venice, too. So there's 3 different places that still have his bones. So
okay.
Turkey, Venice, Italy, and then Bari, Italy.
Got it.
In a different Atlas Obscura article, they said, quote, that the bones in the manna production remained an undisturbed miracle until 1953, when restoration work at the basilica required the moving of the relics. A study was allowed and led by Luigi Martino, professor of human anatomy at the University of Bari. When the tomb was opened, the incomplete skeleton was found to be resting in a shallow pool of liquid. Studies revealed it to be that of a slight man in his 70s, matching the traditional story of St. Nicholas's death at age 74.
Wow.
So his bones still continued to ooze for hundreds and hundreds of years.
I don't believe it.
I think it's so crazy. But the article that I found that has been going around the last couple days from metroco.uk says archaeologists found a surprise sarcophagus while excavating the church in Turkey, where St. Nicholas, the Christian bishop who inspired the legend of modern-day Santa, is thought to have first been buried. And in a double dose of St. Nick this week, researchers recreated how he might have looked using measurements from a skull believing to belong to him. And it goes on to say in the ancient remains of his church, they reportedly found a limestone sarcophagus measuring 2 meters long with a raised lid and pitched roof, partially buried at 1.5 millimeters to 2 meters. So yeah, there's 3 different places that supposedly have his bones, but they found his sarcophagus in Turkey, I guess.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
Oozy bones.
Oozy bones, babe.
And I guess he was a short king. He was like 5 feet tall.
We love.
He's not drawn that way, but in that article, like researchers say, they were able, like.
I like a fat Santa.
So do I.
I like to think of like just a big, happy, jolly guy.
Me too.
Aww.
Now I just think of bones.
Now I just think of oozy bones.
Like milk.
Ugh. Maybe that's why they leave milk out for Santa.
That's true. Maybe it is milk oozing out of his bones from all of the people.
That's not going to be what I tell my kids.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them about the sex trafficking.
So Santa prevented sex trafficking, and then his bones let out this oozy goo.
And then there were 3 chopped up kids in a pickling vat, and he resurrected them.
Back from the dead, only after he stopped the baby from being boiled alive.
Yeah. So there's some Saint Nick for you.
Oh my God. Well, shit. The more you know, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well... Well, should we move into some obituaries?
Yes, let's get into it. Who do you got?
I have one that was sent in by a Geoff this week.
Okay.
I don't know, but when this came in, but I just found it in our emails. And it says, "Hi, Spencer and Madison. Absolutely obsessed with the podcast. Thanks for making my Thursdays less miserable. I'm a New Jersey/New York girl, and sorry us tri-state fans let you down. Most people only commute into the city on weekdays for work and love doing stuff after work and never want to go back into New York City on the weekend, lol. My excuse? I was at a wedding in PA that weekend. Poor excuse, I know. But to make up for it, I have a death notice from New York City, 1820. My mother-in-law found it while putting together her family tree and trying to find out when/how an uncle passed away.
Oh.
I attached the death notice of late Uncle Henry, which is super blurry, so I've written it out below as well. It blows my mind how casual it is. We're trying to research what else happened in this situation. Fingers crossed we find more details. Sincerely, Kira." And it just says, "Died last evening, Mr. Henry G. Disbrow, one of the constables of the 10th Ward, of a wound received on the head with a hatchet by the hand of A. Hammond last Tuesday.
Oh my God.
Aged 43 years. The friends and acquaintances of the deceased and those of his brothers, Samuel W. and Benjamin, are requested to attend his funeral on Sunday at 4:00 p.m. at his late residence, number 65 Essex Street."
Wow. That is very casual. Just
Brutal.
a hatchet?
Just a hatchet to the head.
God damn.
Jesus. Thanks for sending that in, Kira.
I know. Send more stuff that you find out about him, please.
Yeah. Give us an update if you find one. And shout out to your mother-in-law for passing it along.
I know. So interesting. Wow.
Who do you have?
All right. I know that I talked a lot about, religion and saints and stuff in my coffin spinner. So I thought that I would balance it out for our Geoffs who are maybe atheists. And I found a wonderful obituary for Betty. And look at how pretty she was.
Gorgeous.
Betty, an atheist, wife, and mother who helped establish Sacramento's atheist and other free thinkers, passed peacefully of natural causes on February 7th, 2014. She was 88. She is survived by her husband of 61 years, Merle, a retired bridge engineer for the State Department of Transportation. In her reserved but determined way, Betty was proud of her non-belief in a culture suffused with belief in God. A 55-year resident of Sacramento, Betty first became president of Atheist and Other Freethinkers in Sacramento in 1995 and continued to be active in the organization until the time of her death. Betty attended her first atheist convention in 1975 and noted at the time that the organization was made up of mainly older, retired men. Over the years, the increasing diversity of members in atheist organizations was a source of pride. Betty was born in Polk County, Nebraska to Myrtle and Hans on April 30th, 1925. the seventh of 8 children. She attended a one-room country elementary school and boarded in town with another family in order to attend high school. During World War II, Betty moved to Los Angeles and worked at Douglas Aircraft as a plaster pattern maker.
Oh.
While living in Los Angeles, she also pursued her passion as a trapeze artist and appeared in the 1945 4th of July Rose Bowl Circus and fireworks show.
Wow.
Betty and Merle raised 5 children, all of whom graduated from Elk Grove High School. As the children were growing up, Betty returned to school and earned a teaching credential from California State University, Sacramento. As a wife and mother, Betty understood and valued the work of making a home. She was a talented seamstress, sewing, smocking, and embroidering all the girls' clothes, had an excellent eye for interior design, and painted, sanded, stained, and wallpapered every room of the family home, and still had time to devote to her favorite pastime, china painting. In fact, photos of the home for the family of 7 were featured in the April 15th, 1966 Sacramento Bee by longtime contributor Helen Mahon. She is survived by her husband, sons, daughters, 9 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren. She is preceded in death by her son-in-law. No services will be held.
Oh.
And I just love that she had such a full life, and I think it doesn't matter what you believe, you can still have a really full life and be a good part of society.
Agreed. Even if you've lost your way,
Honey,
even if you've strayed, even if you have strayed, you can still be a good person.
Yeah.
You're not going to heaven, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, God.
But you'll be all right. You did good. All right. Well, we have spun in our coffins.
We have bitched our obituaries.
I think that means it's time for some dumb
Ask
criminals. And girl, we've got a Canadian on our list today.
Oh,
and
shit.
Rarely do we hear from Canada.
That's true.
And I'm on to you.
Okay.
I'm on to you, Canada.
Tell me.
Because I know that y'all are up to something. Well, actually, this is a Canadian woman who committed a crime across multiple countries, truly.
Okay. International
Criminal. So she's going through airport security with a bunch of packages and, well, a bunch of Christmas gifts wrapped in bright red paper, printed with snowflakes and stowed inside of a red duffel bag that she brought on board her flight to New Zealand.
A regular Mrs. Claus.
A regular Mrs. Claus, a Saint Nick of our very own, except she is the patron saint of meth, girl.
Oh, shit. Really, the snowflakes
Yeah.
for a giveaway.
Dead giveaway. So, according to this article from ctvnews.ca, a Canadian woman has been arrested for allegedly attempting to smuggle drugs into New Zealand by disguising them as Christmas presents. Listen to this. They found 10.2 kilograms, 22 pounds of meth worth up to $2.2 million US.
Damn, girl.
In her carry-on luggage when she arrived at the Auckland airport on a flight from Vancouver this past Sunday. And so the New Zealand Customs posted on Facebook, and they wrote, "The passenger just made Santa's naughty list." They haven't released information on her, but she was obviously held on charges of importation and possession for supply of a Class A controlled drug.
Girl, that would have worked in the 1960s.
Yeah, girl, I don't know where you think you are now. I'm scared of bringing anything through TSA. I'm like...
They will find it.
They will find it.
I don't know what you think.
People are brave with that kind of shit. Like, even people that are just, like, bringing shit for themselves. I'm like, how are you not terrified that you have cocaine in your vagina right now?
I know.
It scares me.
Well, that kind of brings me to my dumb criminal, which was sent in by a Geoff, and they wrote, "Hello, Spacer and Mr. Eyes."
Oh my God, classic.
Old school.
Bring back our nicknames.
I know. My name is Michaela. You can use my name if you read this on air, and I have been a Geoff for about 2 years now. I was scrolling through news headlines, and this one caught my eye. I thoroughly thought you two would get a kick out of it as well. And they sent a Telegraph article, but I couldn't access it because you have to pay for it.
So that's it. We'll see you next week.
So I found an article about it on theindependent.com, and it says, I just love it. An Australian court sentenced an American woman to 12 months in jail for sneaking in a gold-plated gun in her luggage last year.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Very similar to
Yes.
mine.
Liliana Goodson, 30, pleaded guilty to charges of illegally importing an unauthorized firearm and ammunition into Australia. Sydney's Downing Centre local court sentenced her to a year in jail, of which 4 months will be served in full-time custody. The woman arrived at Sydney Airport in April 2023 from Florida.
Shocking.
Okay, and do you know why she was in Australia? What she was there for?
What?
Clown school.
Oh, I love it.
She was there to attend clown school, you guys.
When are we going to go?
I don't know, but she brought a gun because she said she needed protection.
Moral of the story is don't bring a gun to clown school.
And you know what? Did you guys investigate the gun? Because what if it was one of those clown guns that you
yeah,
and
they
it's
shoot
a
it.
bang?
Or like, you're done.
Yeah. Clown school. She's a clown.
She is a clown, a dumbass clown.
Gold-plated gun.
Oh my
Jeez.
God. Remember like the gavels were like, nobody sends us gold-plated guns in the mail.
Don't.
Nobody has
Right.
sent us a gold-plated gun yet.
Guys.
Our P.O. box is just full of guns.
Fuck.
I think that's illegal. Don't do it,
Yeah,
guys.
you think? Well, actually, I don't know.
Are you allowed to mail a gold-plated gun? Well, we ended the year with another banger, I guess. So,
Bang, bang.
but that's it for the week, and that is it for 2024, baby. Get fucking ready, because like we said last week, we are so back right now, and 2025 is going to be...
2025.
Oh,
Feeling alive. Feeling
2025. Feeling alive, baby. We are going to fucking just be...
Oh.
We're doing everything.
our best selves, our best year yet.
We're doing math.
Oh my
We're smuggling
God.
guns.
Mm-hmm.
We are
We're
doing it all.
Fucking.
Our bones are oozing. Our bones are oozing, baby. So get ready for that.
Oozing. And we are the patron saints
Of dumbasses.
of dumbasses. Death and dumbasses.
Death and dumbasses. But that's it for the year. We'll see you next year with some more coffin spinners.
And obituaries.
And dumb
Ass
criminals.
criminals.
Happy New Year.
And happy holidays.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.